All right, folks, this is the part where we start the open mic. Now, a couple short things. One, I do not follow the script exactly. Because new people always sign in last, and we actually want them up first. So what I will do is, there are 3 new people on the docket, so what I will do is I will bring them forward. Is Tiger here? Ty Joe? Oh.
Oh, he's new. All right. You got a treat in store.
Nice.
You're Arrow.
Yeah.
You're 2 arrows, right?
2 arrows?
No.
2 arrows.
You're 2 arrows. Oh, that's interesting. I'm confused. I have a friend named Two Tokes. Two Tokes.
Two toes. That's his reputation.
I like it. 2 Tokes. Known him since he was in high school.
Is he 4 tokes now?
He's still, yeah, he's up to like a whole joint now.
This guy here is one of my favorite cats in Utah. You're going to
Yeah.
love Ty.
I've known him since junior high when he was.
So what we'll do is we'll bring Ty and we'll bring Arrow up a little bit later on in the beginning here. So, but we're going to open the set now. First of all, 3 rules. First rule, shut the fuck up.
Yay.
Do not talk during somebody's set. If you go outside, do not do what those people are doing right now, which is standing in front of the door and talking in. If you come further on over to this end, we can't hear you. But standing in the doorway and saying, I'm outside the door, when your voice is still coming in here is bullshit. So try to be aware of your space. Now, I have one of those voices that if I just say, hello, how are you? They hear it 3 fucking blocks away because I have what's called projection. And so I have to like use my super small inside voice. The second thing is, do not play along with the people that are up here, particularly if they're new people. You don't know their set, you might throw them off, and we want them to give the best performance they're capable of and not help them out, which often is a road paved straight to hell for most people. So, and the third thing is, if you hear something you don't like or don't understand, be nice and applaud anyway, okay? So, that's it. Now, you all get 10 minutes or 2 songs. If you're playing an instrumental, I'll be watching the clock. So watch me. Don't do what I've seen sometimes where I'm about to give someone the time and then they close their eyes and go deep into... Interesting how they just miss the cue and then go on for 20 minutes with their eyes closed. I will have to come up with I'll borrow Robert's cane and we'll do one of the...
Works for me.
It works. Hey, it's worked for centuries. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to the stage Rivo, Ryan Voss.
So I'm going to open with a story here.
So you have your weapon with you, huh?
We'll get to that in a minute.
You brought your weapon to...
Hold on. Okay. A week ago Monday, I was leaving the Hotel Utah. It must have been about, I don't know, 12:30 at night. And I get up to 4th and Harrison. I've got this on my back, and I'm carrying this. This is my guitar stand. I got my headphones on. All of a sudden I hear somebody yelling at me, and I look up, and there's a cop with a gun pointed right at me.
Fun, isn't it?
And I look behind me, there's another cop. It was the scariest fucking moment I've ever had in my life. All of a sudden there were 6 cops. I remember distinctly 4, but I'm pretty sure there were 6.
Right.
And they yelled at, they wouldn't, at first they wouldn't tell me why they were detaining me.
Yeah, that's their problem.
But, so they cuffed me, they had me get on my knees. They got a tip that I had a loaded weapon. This.
That's dangerous.
His guitar stand. Guitar stand.
Got a sus.
Once they assessed that I was not in fact carrying a weapon,
WMD.
they said, oh, you know, one of them said, oh, sorry. And, yeah.
Well, that's good. That's more than you usually get.
Yeah, exactly, James. So I'd like to assure everybody here tonight, this is not loaded.
It's not
Don't
loaded.
point it at people still.
But that is.
You got a
This
permit
is.
for that thing? Even
This
if
is loaded, but there are strings attached.
Oh,
Dude, I'm more loaded than that thing.
So I'll open with a song of mine. This is called Windswept Willow. Behold this gem that I see, came to walk streets of gold, just a trip on tarnished tin with pretty makeup. She gave her heart to one, 10 years of love and devotion, just to drown in his pollution. Well, she sets out to restore herself from pain, but she comes back the same, always comes back the same. Yet despite all the trials and complexities, she's always there for me, always brings a smile to me. She's a soothing breeze, a bed of flowers, like a windswept willow, creature of comfort, nourishing every heart and spirit. Like a windswept willow, she bears the marks of more than a share of tears. She's far from her planet, I hope she knows that she's cherished. Well, she can tear down my walls, I'll hide nothing at all. I'll take her embrace when I'm screaming. What am I to do? The coolest on one, the lowly vagabond, they all feel resplendent just to be in her presence. The masters of the land are dug up from the sand, they're high-flying frisbees just to know that sweet little gypsy. Still behold the pain that I see, locked behind a weary gaze. Some days it's such a drag to even wake up, but I thank the heavens above. She makes me feel good to be alive. We'll help each other to survive. She's a soothing breeze in a bed of flowers, like a windswept willow, creature of comfort, nourishing all that goes near it. Like a windswept willow, she bears the marks of more than a share of tears. She's far from replenished, I hope she knows that she's cherished. Well, she can tear down my walls, I'll hide nothing at all. I'll take her embrace when I'm screaming. What am I to do? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Look out. This is an old song from back in the 70s, and I actually consider this one to be my theme song in many ways. And I need a saxophone, but I'll do the best I can. You'll see why. lying dead on your feet. Well, another crazy day. You'll dream another way and forget about everything. This city desert makes you feel so cold. Got so many people, but it's got no soul. And it's taking you so long to find out you were wrong when you thought you held everything. You used to think that it was so easy. You used to say that it was so easy. But you're trying now. Another year and then you'll be happy. Just one more year and then you'll be happy. But you're crying now. The street, there's a lot in this place. He opens the door, he's got that look on his face, and he asks you where you've been. You tell him we've seen, and you talk about anything. He's got this dream about buying some land. He's gonna give up the booze and a one-night stand, and then he'll settle down. There's a quiet little town and forget about everything. Yeah, right. But you know he'll always keep moving. You know he's never gonna stop moving, 'cause he's a rolling stone. When you wake up, it's a new morning, the sun's shining, it's a new morning, but you're rolling on. I got a show, I'm going to have my first real gig of sorts on Wednesday, April 29th at the Stork Club. Featured going to be a young lady named Jen Coogan, another one named Kelly Rice, and our friends Side Street Ricky and Oliver, known as the Hippie Beatles. Come on down.
Rivo, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Rivo. And now let's get up here to the stage, Johnny Hernandez, ladies.
All right, Johnny. Go, Johnny, go.
Rival, do you need your weapon?
Yeah, I need my weapon.
Look out, I'm going to shoot you with it.
I was killed by the power of love.
It's a suspect device, you know they can't defuse.
Robert, you'll be up after me.
All right, thank you.
Okay, a couple more new songs. What a surprise. So, not funny today. I don't know, I guess sometimes it's funny and sometimes it's not funny. Today's like not funny. Hey. But anyway, here's the first one. Oh, pardon me. And of course, there's sing-along parts if you want to sing along. I was happy to join in. Today's pretty quiet, so I don't pretty much sing along. Flower child, burning man, liberated woman, all part of the same clan. Bound together since before time began. Liberated woman, so different, yet the same. Choose a path, crawling, walking, running, tripping and falling down. Contemplate the lessons learned, then get up for another round. Flower child, burning man, liberated woman, all part of the same clan. Bound together since before time began. Liberated woman, flower child, burning man. Do unto others, live and let live. Actions easy to receive, yet so much harder to give. Seek the truth within yourself, empathy, awareness, joy, and hope. Recognize the cries of those in need and guide them up that slippery slope. Flower child, burning man, liberated woman, all part of the same clan. Bound together since before time began. Liberated woman, flower child, burning man. And what's to be will come to be, whether we fight or ride that flow. Always out there for us to see. Let your inner eye absorb that glow. Flower child, burning man, liberated woman, all part of the same clan. Bound together since before time began. Liberated woman, flower child, burning man. Liberated woman, flower child, burning man. Liberated woman, flower child, burning man. All right, that's that one.
Great.
Okay, this one's kind of strange. These things come out and I have no idea where they come from. So this one's kind of strange, yeah. Even though I think a lot of people will relate to it. The voices inside my head are starting to make sense. They whisper to me more and more each day. And it all sounds less and less like frivolous nonsense. As I lose touch with reality, the voices grow inside of me. They'll probably be there until I'm dead. Those voices inside my head. They say if you don't think you're nuts, it's a good sign that you're probably nuts. So work up some guts, admit that you're nuts and stop acting like a putz. There are benefits you will surely see when you finally admit that you are crazy and let the voices inside your head set you free. The voices inside my head are starting to make sense. They whisper to me more and more each day. And it all sounds less and less like frivolous nonsense. As I lose touch with reality, the voices grow inside of me. They'll probably be there until I'm dead. Those voices inside my head. Choose to act in an aberrant way, people won't be inclined to stay. They'll tend to quietly make their escape. And when you are finally all alone, those voices will make their agenda known until you have to give in and become a mindless drone. The voices inside my head are starting to make sense. lose touch with reality, the voices grow inside of me. They'll probably be there until I'm dead. Those voices inside my head. So take a long look in the mirror and crack that joker's grin. Let those impulsive urges suck you in. The voices inside my head are starting to make sense. They whisper to me more and more each day, and it all sounds less and less like frivolous nonsense. As I lose touch with reality, the voices grow inside of me.
Yeah. All right.
Johnny Hernandez, ladies and gentlemen.
The new motto. Don't be a putz, admit you're nuts.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's a really classic rhyme.
Is that great?
I can give you a flashlight.
All right, Ron. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome to the stage a poet laureate, Robert Smith. Put your ears on.
Yes, that's right. I'm surprised, Dr. Dream, that you remembered that.
From the same state. Hi.
Well, yeah, state could mean a number of things, but I knew what you meant.
We're in the same state.
That too. Okay. Yesterday was, of course, April Fool's Day, and I've been trying to write a new sonnet every day for National Poetry Month, which is April. And this one is called April Fish. Poisson d'avril, as they would say in France, or April Fish, whatever that may mean. Medieval custom happens to have been to slip a mackerel down a victim's pants. This year I bow to fate and circumstance, a hapless target of a crueler prank, though I don't even have myself to thank, as spring outside resumes its pointless dance. Now is the season when the absent dead haunt us most vividly amidst renewal. Garlands of greenery adorn the head of every penitent returning ghoul. Rebirth awaits us in the days ahead. Whoever said that was indeed a fool. Thank you. And let's see, continuing the theme of depressing springtime poetry. This is called Palm Sunday, another sonnet, and it opens with an epigraph which is a quote from the Gospel of Luke that reads, "The very stones would cry out." Palm Sunday. I spend all day attempting to recharge, accomplish nothing, don't pretend to try. Drawn blinds repel a vigorous blue sky that proffers summer even in late March. Perhaps tomorrow morning I'll emerge, reluctantly discard this solitude. It's nearly Easter, I should feel renewed. Maybe I'll even make it back to church. But spring's an empty promise now, a tease, a dusty, disappointed offering. Buds burst like tumors on indifferent trees. On windless days, the streets are barely breathing. Proclaim your resurrection, if you please. No God of mine will rise from anything. Thank you. So, a slightly lighter-hearted one. There's one line in this poem that I have to pronounce very carefully because it's an almost quote, but not quite. And unfortunately, the word I replaced is very similar to the word in the actual song. Hopefully you'll get it. This is called Listening to Dylan on the Muni Metro, a month after my father's death.
Whoa.
His acid snarl erupts inside my brain, and suddenly I'm 22 again. I step across the gap onto the train. Oh, mama, can this really be the end? My world still seemed so permanent back then. This was before I married, lost my wife, and in the years that followed, many friends. How innocently sure I was of life. My father's memory cuts like a knife. One night he knocked my music up too loud. I half expected to be skinned alive. Certain such ruckus wouldn't be allowed. To my surprise, Dad grinned and said to me, "Oh my, Bob Dylan is good, isn't he?"
Yeah!
This is one that I wrote this morning, and I debated whether I wanted to read it here. I think I'll risk it because you guys are musicians. This actually makes fun of a poetry reading here in the city that was very famous about 30 years ago and didn't impress me much. Some of you may know where I'm talking about, and I say at the end anyhow. This is called National Poetry Month. Guerrero Street, April 14th, 1988. Music, Tom Lehrer's National Brotherhood Week. The sense of mayhem, pretty much the same. Best run for cover early in the game. Look at the rabble gathering to speak. The nerdy kid, the aging beatnik freak, the young goth princess, purple hair aflame, the homeless anarchist without a name. The fate of modern verse looks pretty bleak. If you knew San Francisco in the 80s, then you will know exactly where we are. A sort of trendy literary Hades on Thursday evenings at Cafe Babar.
Yeah.
They'll love you if you look like you've got rabies, but if you care for craft, you won't get far.
Wow.
Nice run, man. Great runs.
You know, I was sort of afraid, that there'd be somebody in here who just loved Babar, and they're going to go, what are you talking about? Anyway, before I go on to another poem, I've got to say regarding Babar, I waited like 5 hours in that horrendous line for a 3-minute spot at the mic. I finally get up there. I read, this kid comes up to me afterwards and he says, "Wow, man, I bet you rewrite your stuff, huh?" Imagine that. Anyway, last night a friend of mine sent me, a link to an interesting article. And I say I hope because there wasn't anything with the link, but the link looked so interesting I risked opening it anyhow. And it was about a kid who thinks he was somebody else in a previous life. So this is called Past Life. A 10-year-old in Tulsa, Oklahoma remembers vividly a former life. Art Deco Hollywood, his 7th wife. Location shoots from Istanbul to Roma. Enough to silence skeptics and then some, so claims the anchor on the network news. Believe it if you have to, I refuse. Even a single life grows tiresome. In my last incarnation, did it rain in monochrome on drab November nights, split by the whistle of a vagrant train? I would have fled the glamour and the lights, grown disenchanted with the best champagne, preferred the sidewalk to the dizzy heights. This is my most recent poem, which was written earlier this evening, and it's a little different from most of my poems in the... What? Oh,
Go on.
Maybe I just won't then. What do you
You
think?
got time, you got time.
Okay. It's a little different from most of my poems in which there aren't any like vivid visual images, but I hope this works. This is called A Damaged Beauty. Cerebral palsy haunts the act of writing, the tortured convolutions of my hand. People around me seldom understand why I'm infuriated by this simple thing. It's all the wasted effort that's annoying, the never-ending struggle to command the pen with its impossible demands, the long, laborious recopying. My manuscript suffices to accuse me. I know my failures in each fractured line, in every sentence sagging drunkenly. Does this orthography, uniquely mine, for all its faults, display a damaged beauty? If that's the case, it isn't by design. Thank you very much.
Robert Smith, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I should have taken the cane. There we go. Thank you.
Robert, that's the title of your next piece. I should have taken the
I should have taken the cake.
Nice. Hey, Robert, I actually thought that one had some very vivid imagery, the one you said.
The last
Yeah,
Oh,
it's full of
okay.
imagery.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to the stage somebody who has been in Hawaii and all over the goddamn place and has finally come on back to us, Gary Garrett. Tell us a little bit about your trip and
Yeah,
what you've been up to.
yeah, I haven't been around. I've been all over, up and down the West Coast. Since I met Angelisa, we formed this group. We called ourselves Voice Recognition at first, but we just changed our name. We encountered a stranger in Hawaii and got talking to her, and she said, oh, I know who you are. You're the Harmony people. My friends were telling me how great you were, and I want to catch you.
The Harmony
That's a
people.
good name, yeah.
We drove away and went, oh, yeah, well, of course we're the Harmony people.
Totally.
So now we're the Harmony.
I like that name better, to tell you the
Great.
truth.
Yeah, oh, so do I, yeah. It's a fine name. And we were really aware, and anybody who's internet savvy will understand my glee when I got online and found out that theharmonypeople.com was available. And and I did a deep search, and nobody else has thought of naming our
That's
music group
amazing.
that. It's just amazing. So
That is absolutely amazing.
it's like finding a vacant lot in the middle of Manhattan for $2,000. So anyway, that was great, and it's really good to be here. We're going to have a record release party and a house concert on May 16th at my place in above Dolores Park. So if you want to mark a calendar in advance, we should have a great
What
party.
day is it?
May 16th.
Okay.
Smooth sailing on an unknown sea, destination mystery. And this morning it's good to be smooth sailing on an unknown sea. When the hurricane had passed away on a sandy shore, I was cast away. When the sun came out, I was alone on the sandy shore. I made my home. For 5 long years I watched the sea for a sailing ship to rescue me. There were 3 or 4 who passed right by, and then somehow I caught your eye, and we're smooth sailing on an unknown destination mystery. And I wonder, is it safe to be smooth sailing on an unknown sea? Our charts are all from olden days and weather trips on the ocean waves. Here be dragons, whirlpools foam. Many sail here, few come home, and I don't know why. For all I see is a clear horizon, and you and me. Smooth sailing on an unknown sea, destination mystery. And tomorrow, if it's up to me, we'll be smooth sailing on an unknown sea. Smooth sailing, smooth sailing, smooth sailing, smooth sailing.
Love that.
Well, in keeping with the thank you. In keeping with the science fiction theme from Matt's set early on, I want to play Sweet Maria. Also, we were talking about Maria Mango.
Oh, yeah.
So this is All right, a lot of you have heard the song before, so I won't go into the long explanation. But pay attention to the locations. It starts on a planet orbiting the star Vega. I met her in an underwater Vegas bar. She looked alright to me, with crimson hair and a pink cigar from Aldebaran 3. She got behind me in the line and pondered what to do. I asked for foaming Rigelian wine, and she said, make it two. Sweet, sweet Maria, dancing in the sun. Sweet Maria, it's not the only one. We drank our wine and danced all night. We laughed away our cares. We talked until the place closed down and the robot stacked the chairs. I called up an all-night hydrofoil and took her back to land. I started working on a classy line. She took me by the hand. I said, sweet, sweet Maria, dancing in the sun. Sweet, sweet Maria, it's not the only one. Blue white morning, we made some tea. She told me of her home, the I do the best I can. A planet smaller than a galaxy, but it's bigger than a man. He said, sweet, sweet Maria, spinning round this sun. Sweet, sweet Maria, I'm not content with one. Half past 10 in the afternoon, I put my helmet on. By 13:30 I was on my way, and half a parsec gone. But I still remember that endless night, laughing in the grass. It seems like yesterday, I can't believe 100 years have passed. Sweet, sweet Maria, dancing in the sun. Sweet, sweet Maria, it's not the only one. Sweet Maria, spinning round that sun. Sweet, sweet Maria, I'm not content with one.
Do you have any gigs coming up, Jerry?
Yeah, there's in the Bay Area not so much yet. Keep you posted. Definitely the May 16th. Keep that.
All right. Yeah, please keep us posted, and we'll try to pass on to the audience out there where Gary is now that he's back in town.
Great, thank you.
So now we'd like to welcome up a newbie, ladies and gentlemen, somebody who's not been here before, and you know how we love to sacrifice virgins here at the Sacred Ground. So please be respectful and welcome to the stage, Tiger Pinto, ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
Yeah!
Hell yeah.
My name is Tiger Pinto. I'll stand.
Okay.
So, usually I use 2 microphones. However, we'll see if I can do this with one. Yeah. But honestly, I did not know this was Poetry Month. So,
Yeah, it is.
in honor of that, I brought something too. So.
Yeah.
I see the skyline. It's burning. The ravages are building up as a prophet stand quiet. China's wall has fallen. River of Colorado overflowing, welcoming her people home. The river's blood clots have crumbled, a tingling sensation of recirculation overjoyed. Mesas sing back, Anasazi dance home, holy beings call out, oh! The 1,000-year curse has ended, honeybees learn to ballet, the stars come out to play, I'm afraid of the dark, my child says. Too taken by the electric light that the moon no longer suffices. Dear child, we have been in the fluorescent night too long. Let the Milky Way be your Illuminati. Read the skies with me once again. History written sky. Stories comprise to sing lullabies. Recognize, child, I'm afraid of the light. It calls me to doom. Chaos is natural. Structure is man-made. Masquerade, dear little one, and be afraid with me. Write your stories in the night. Let fireflies be your light. Confide to live free. A world in the palm of your hand. We are meant to dance free, so dance with me. So that's my first one. So I just recently quit my job at Tosca, which is good. I mean, I wouldn't be able to be here if I didn't do so. So like, after doing so, I've written this piece called Icarus. All right, and that's about me. I like to write about the human condition. However, I'm being challenged to change it up and be more abstract. We'll see if I can make my brain work that way. Wait, here we go. Is in conclusion, this reason I am overjoyed. My wings are growing in once again. City vibrant colors jump out at me, craving me to absorb its hue. Is it delusion? My reasons of taking the jump, free falling, yet I know I'm cared for. My path is here for me. They call me home. No, not yet. It is not yet time. The symphony is tuning, preparing for the overture. We fallen angels walk home, our wings tattered, long hair severed. City pigeons groom my feet. My wings are growing. You could not see, so I gave you my vision. You lost touch, so I opened my heart. Please tell me you can hear the rhapsody of triumph pounding. Boom, boom, boom. It measures my soul in threes, my heart in sevens. Can you feel the climax? Trumpets blaring, the orchestrator glaring, no one is off key. Use the vision you were given to find the outline, break open the bar, sip the honey of the notes, breathe in the change. Keep your heart, dear dreamer. You're cared for. Detachment is the hardest, as attachment becomes the crutch. I've jumped with tattered wings, I'm plummeting. My objective is clear, I'm calculating. Anxious to open my plumage, these clouds of deception obscure my knowledge. The sound is calling me. Will my wings hold? It's time to see.
Yeah.
So with that, I guess I don't know how much time I have, but
6 minutes and 52 seconds.
oh, so let me just jam this out then. Here we go.
Free bird. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, free bird. All right, here we go. On play. It's so hard to see the truth. Every time every time I try to look, I wonder why. And I wonder why now. I can't find my way on. So I play every day, so it's just my delusion. I wonder why, so what, I wonder why I can't confide. They say be strong, but I can't carry on. So I found my notes in the hardship, yeah. It's just my delusion. Need influence to keep me going. I need somebody to let me know what is up. What's going on around me, cause I feel like I'm just a blind man looking around. I hope to see something, I smell the truth, I hear it in my head every single time. It's just nothing more than just a stir of echoes, and I hope that I can find my way. I keep on playing every single day, just candy coated, over colored, just this cleft note that keeps on dancing around. I hope you understand the words, cause what I'm saying I don't even know if it's profound. All I really do is keep on the way, keep on playing until I find my way. So I play every single day with them. And it's just my delusion.
Title, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Yeah, he was here last week, but it got late and he had to leave, so I'm so glad you came on back. I appreciate that very much. And now, ladies and gentlemen, another newbie. Let's welcome to the stage, Goody.
Oh, good. Okay.
Everybody.
All right, this one's called Loving You by the Name. Celebration new. All my love giving up for you. Broken pieces glued. Hold my own tough way true. But when I look at you, all my dreams all undo. I'll spend all my day with you. Oh, when I look at you, all my dreams all undo. I'll spend all my day loving you. Oh, and you're from you. I'll break all my bones for you. Brought me out to see all the things that I can't believe. And when I look at you, all my dreams all undo. Darling, tell me I'm your fool. Oh, when I look at you, all my dreams all undo. I'll spend all my days loving you. When the dark races for me, picking up slowly my dreams, drifting away. I'm abandoning me. No, only way God to see. There when I look at you, all my dreams all undo. I'll spend all my day loving you. I'll spend all my day loving you. Alright, this is my second one. It's called I'll Take the Abuse. Hold me back. I ain't got a story. Nobody told me. Don't put on the news. Well, she knew I was gone. Well, with the food, she didn't see that I pulled out with you. Now it's too late to sing, but a fine time for glory. Nobody worried. We'll put the DeLorean. I got it free with some IOUs. Now I have time to run from you. Don't fret, it's all a part of my own view. Well, hurt me, drag me to where you going. Well, I can't stay long, but for you, oh, I'll take the abuse. Going back bitter, but I do love the taste. It's a sweet and salty treat from outer space. Now I'm floating like a butterfly, flooding through the city sky, hoping I don't end up in a zoo. Will I switch back to the road, end up on the floor? Maybe I'll see you in a few years. I'll tell you all my stories then, make a more interesting friend. Then you'll say, who the hell are you? Well, hurt me, drag me to where you going. Oh, I can't stay long, but for you, oh, I'll take the abuse. Well, I was such a lonely boy until I met you. Well, I was such a lonely boy. Well, hurt me, drag me to where you going. Oh, I can't stay long, but for you, oh, I'll take the abuse. Yeah, I'll take the abuse. Oh, I'll take all of you. Yeah, I'll take all of you. Yeah, I'll take all of you.
Goody, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together.
That's some good goodies.
Second one, a sequel. I'm glad.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, just a moment here for a setup. We're going to have Dr. Dream come up here.
It is on.
On.
And while she's getting set up, after Dr. Dream is going to be Two Arrows, will be right after Dr. Dream, and then Charles Haymarket,
Yeah. 3 arrows.
and then Colin Holtz, and then I don't know after that. We'll have to wait till then. So that's the next few people coming up here. So I guess she's almost ready now. Oh, so some announcements, which I forgot to bring with me tonight. So how about that? Yeah. I'm really doing well, aren't I? I believe in next week. I'll be damned if I can remember who is next week.
Dr. Dream in the future?
Is it next week or the week after, Doc? Next week. Week from tonight. So next Thursday, from 7 until 7:30, Dr. Dream will be the feature, so you get to spend a half an hour with her then. Yeah. And then we have coming up people like Ryan Casada coming up not too long. We got Charles Haymarket coming up here soon, near the end of the month, and et cetera, et cetera. I'd have to actually look at my schedule, which I'll do in between here. I'm afraid to go look at my schedule because every time I do it crashes the camera.
Oh.
I hate to crash the camera in the middle of someone's performance. So, I am also taking sign-ups for people for the rest of the year. So if you come back next week when I'll bring the schedule with me, I have an entire year's worth of Thursdays, and you can look at it and then sign up. And then 2 to 3 months later, sign up again, and 3 months later, sign up again. So you could actually sign up for 3 features for the entire year. And then that way you'll know, way ahead of time what's going on before you get here, and we'll all have the ability to do that as well. So now I'd like to welcome to the stage, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Dream and her Sonic Imaginorium.
Why don't you behave? Why don't you put your toes?
You tell
I
him,
can't
Doc.
take you anywhere. Fucking kids.
Okay, so I'm going to take everyone's imagination, because you all know I am officially the imagination. And as everyone knows, the doctor is absolutely on. Yes, and I'm going to take everyone's imagination. And I'm taking you into the body of a couch potato. Yeah, you're just lounging on that sofa there, not doing a goddamn thing, right? Just stuffing your face, with the remote in your hand. You're doing stuff like that. And all of a sudden, a voice comes out of the TV, and it's an unseen voice. Yes, an unseen voice saying, "This is a live news bulletin." And so, stay tuned in. All of a sudden, appears on the screen, there's a woman standing there with a microphone. Not me, but you're inside this, inside the person that's watching this, and it's still the couch potato. Everybody understand what's going on? Yes, we do, Dr. Green. Good. Okay, so I'm taking you, you're still there, you're watching the TV, and the reporter says, the female reporter says,
Well, I'm standing here.
and what you see is, it looks like a gigantic, big dick. It's erect and it's standing on two balls. Anyway, and she's standing.
Well, as you can see, I'm standing in front here of, it came just a half hour ago, it landed, this gigantic phallic symbol dropped out of the sky. We don't know where it comes from or who sent it or, oh my God. Well, it's ejaculating blue goo. There's puddles, blue goo puddles all over. And they're bubbling. And people are starting to come out of there. Blue humanoids. And they got long white robes and blue wings sticking out of the back of their things. And they've got gold halos. I can't believe this. They're going above their heads and everything. And
of course, you learn later, these are actually communication devices. So, and every day, more of these ships land. But nobody worries, they just fly about, nobody bothers them or anything. And so, but after a while, they start to crowd everybody out, because there's so many of them coming in there. And it gets kind of like, get that thing out of that damn wing out of
oh my God, look what you're doing to my child here.
And so, anyway, you're watching there, your usual spot on the sofa, and you're watching the show, and all of a sudden you see this woman, angelic, that's what they're called, angelics from this planet, and she says,
well, we used to live here. We came from here, and then we had to leave because many of us were dying off by this plague. And so we went out in search of a living sun, and we found one in another solar system, you see, in a galaxy far, far away. Yes. And so and then the sun began to die.
Yeah, this plague came and wiped them out and everything. But they came back because they need this place. Okay. So they're there, and they're starting, and everybody, and they buy up everything because they have all these precious metals and gems and everything. And so they're able to buy the whole world, literally. And they take the entire human race, and they're all forced to live in the smallest continent, Australia. Yeah, it was Australia. And everybody's there and everything. And you hate, barbecue shrimp. So, anyway, it's getting bad. And you're starting to really worry until one day, one of the aliens gets very sick from this plague of long ago, and dies. Yeah. And it's strange at this point, because now you're all of a sudden back safely in front of your TV set. Everything's back to normal now.
Put your hands together one more time for Dr. Green. You give a moment for her tech crew to be able to move things off the stage. This is known in the business as a pregnant pause.
Or in football as a commercial break.
As a commercial break.
Who did it? Who tagged
Now I got Mike. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to go on with the show, we'd like to bring up. Oh yeah, get your purse, my dear.
And my
and your weapon, yes.
Point that thing at people, didn't you?
Now we'd like to bring to the stage another newbie, ladies and gentlemen. Please put your hands together for 2 arrows.
Alright. How can I tell you all about me? How can I tell you all about me in 30 seconds? Well, I was born in Haight-Ashbury, grew up, went to Dudley Stone School with Sonic and Haight, and I watched all the hippie stuff happen, right? When I was 5 years old, 6 years old, me and my brother be running around, we didn't know what was really going on. Until I saw the DVDs later on in my life about all the hippie stuff, and I said, hey, I was there, hey, I saw that. And all the protest songs and everything. But now I gotta really, well, that's where my background is from, and so I've been singing about stuff. And my latest global warming song, I guess, I don't know, my latest hit song. I don't know how to say it anymore, man. I've been trying to put it into words. Disgusted seeing all these cars go by and they got, so one day I just sat down and put my pen to the paper and
thought about singing this words and songs or something, messing my mind up. So I said, get yourself a crack pipe, get a marijuana pipe, everything be alright, except for two his tailpipe, blowing out the coffin and auction out the air, and you and me, look at them as they go by, all shapes, all colors, all sizes, they got one thing in common, that two his tailpipe, blowing it out, so nice and sweet, and you and me. Get a marijuana pipe, everything be alright, except for two his tailpipe, blowing out that carbon monoxide out the air, and you and me. Why can't you smell it? Put Febreze in the gasoline. You can't smell it, but it don't disappear when it comes out that two his tailpipe, blowing out right now, and you and me 24/7. Go get to the gas station. Put that gas in your car before it gets the price gets too high. Get electric car, something be better than electric guitar. Anything be better than a two-inch tailpipe. How about my BMW? Bart Walker Muni. I don't know, there's gotta be a solution besides putting in some gas in an internal combustion engine and blowing out so fast. Like how many people they got in China? You know, in each every one of them's got a car too, and they just do his tailpipe blowing out so sweet and nice. Oh man, all day and all night, Brazil, good Lord Almighty, how many got people up there, man? The earth can't take it no more, man. We gotta find a solution. Electric cars, maybe get out of your cars. I don't know, it's gonna be too hard. And then get yourself a crack pipe, get a marijuana pipe. Everything be alright except for doing tailpipe, blowing out the carbon out the air, you and me. Look them as they go by, all shapes, all colors, all styles. Got one thing in common, that do is tailpipe, blowing it out so nice and sweet. You and me and me and you. You and me and you, me and you, me and you. Never stop, $24 gas. Oh man, we get electric guitar, man, one of them Teslas, I don't know. They make the Fords, they make Chevys too, but man, nobody wants to do that. They want to put that gas in and go as fast as they can, yeah. Oh man, it's too late now. I think we're only doomed, and I'm just gonna sing a little bit about it too. Maybe my grandkids will have a better day, but everybody changes their minds, I don't know what day. Get yourself a crack pipe, get a marijuana pipe, everything be alright, except for doing tailpipe, blowing out the carbon monoxide out the air, you and me. Look as they go by, exhibit A, exhibit B, exhibit C, never stop and they just go by. Level seats and air conditioning, but they're blowing it out that tailpipe, and you and me. Never gonna stop, I think, folks, with that we go. I don't know, man, thinking about it, what I think, I don't know, maybe I can take a bit of one, maybe get a bit of my car, I did already, and I wish I could have a car, but I want one of them all-electric things, man, something's better than putting and they never put one of those two-inch tailpipe extensions in the back window of their car, because they'll probably get about 3 blocks and they're still blowing it out real nice, and you need to never crack pipe, get a marijuana pipe, everything be alright, except for doing tailpipe, blowing out the carbon monoxide